Chapter 2. The one who called himself Malak pressed the tip of the needle against his shaved head, sighing with pleasure as the sharp tool plunged in and out of his flesh. The soft hum of the electric device was addictive, as was the bite of the needle slipping deep into his dermis and depositing its dye. I am a masterpiece. The goal of tattooing was never beauty, the goal was change. From the sacrificed Nubian priests of 2000 BC to the tattooed acolytes of the Sybil cult of ancient Rome, to the Moko scars of the modern Moldy, humans have tattooed themselves as a way of offering up their bodies to impartial sacrifice, enduring the physical pain of embellishment and changed beings. Despite the ominous admonitions, of Leviticus 19:28, which forbade the marking of one's flesh, tattoos had become a rite of passage shared by millions of people in the modern age. Everyone from clean-cut teenagers to hardcore drug users to suburban housewives. The act of tattooing one's skin was a transformative declaration of power, an announcement to the world, I am in control of my own flesh. The intoxicating feeling of control derived from physical transformation had addicted millions to flesh-altering practices, cosmetic surgery, body piercing, bodybuilding, and steroids, even bulimia and transgendering. The human spirit craves mastery over its carnal shell. A single bell chimed on Malik's grandfather clock, and he looked up. 6:30 p.m. Leaving his tools, he wrapped the Ch.2 silk robe around his naked 6'3" body and strode down the hall. The air inside the sprawling mansion was heavy with the pungent fragrance of his skin dyes and smoke from the beeswax candles he used to sterilize his needles. The towering young man moved down the corridor past priceless Italian antiques, a Piranesi etching, a Savonarola chair, a silver Bulgarini oil lamp. God damn. He glanced through the floor-to-ceiling window as he passed, admiring the classical skyline in the distance. The luminous dome of the U.S. Capitol glowed with solemn power against the dark winter sky. This is where it is hidden, he thought. It is buried out there somewhere. Few men knew it existed, and even fewer knew its awesome power, or the ingenious way in which it had been hidden. To this day, it remained this country's greatest untold secret. Those few who did know the truth kept it hidden behind a veil of symbols, legends, and allegory. Now they have opened their doors to me, Malak thought. 3 weeks ago, in a dark ritual witnessed by America's most influential men, Malak had ascended to the 33rd degree, the highest echelon of the world's oldest surviving brotherhood. Despite Malak's new rank, the brethren had told him nothing, nor will they, he knew. That was not how it worked. There were circles within circles, brotherhoods within brotherhoods. Even if Malak waited years, he might never earn their ultimate trust. Fortunately, he He did not need their trust to obtain their deepest secret. My initiation served its purpose. Now energized by what lay ahead, he strode down towards his bedroom. Throughout his entire home, audio speakers broadcast the eerie strains of a rare recording of a Ch.2 singing the Lux Uterna from Verdi Requiem, a reminder of a previous life. Malak touched a remote control to bring the thundering Dies Irae. Then, against a backdrop of clashing timpani and parallel fifths, he bounced up the marble staircase, his robe billowing as he ascended on sinewy legs. As he ran, his empty stomach growled in protest. For 2 days now, Malak had fasted, consuming only water, preparing his body in accordance with the ancient ways. Your hunger will be satisfied by dawn, he reminded himself. Along with your pain, Malak entered his bedroom sanctuary with reverence, locking the door behind him. As he moved towards his dressing area, he paused, feeling himself drawn to the enormous gliding mirror. Unable to resist, he turned and faced his own reflection. Slowly, as if unwrapping a priceless gift, Malak opened his robe to unveil his naked form. The vision awed him. I am a masterpiece. His massive body was shaved and smooth. He lowered his gaze first to his feet, which were tattooed with the scales and talon of a hawk. Above that, his muscular legs were tattooed as carved pillars. His left leg spiraled and his right vertically striated. Boaz and Jachin. His groin and abdomen formed a decorated archway, above which his powerful chest was emblazoned with the double-headed phoenix, each head in profile with its visible eye formed by one of Malak's nipples. His shoulders, neck, face, and shaved head were completely covered with an intricate tapestry of ancient symbols and cycles. I am an artifact, an evolving icon. One mortal man had seen Malak naked 18 hours earlier. The man had shouted in fear, "Good God, you're a demon!" If you perceive me as such, Malak had replied, If you perceive me as such, Malak had replied, understanding as had the ancients that angels and demons were identical, interchangeable archetypes, all matter of polarity. The guardian angel who conquered your enemy in battle was perceived by your enemy as a demon slayer. Malak tipped his face down now and got an oblique view of the top of his head. There, within the cartoon-like halo, shone a small circle of pale, untattooed flesh. This carefully guarded canvas was Malak's only remaining piece of virgin skin, the top of his head. The sacred space had waited patiently, and tonight it would be filled. Although Malak did not yet possess what he required to complete his masterpiece, he knew that moment was fast approaching. Exhilarated by his reflection, he could already feel his power growing. He closed his robe and walked to the window again, gazing out at the mystical city before him. It is buried out there somewhere. Refocusing on the task at hand, Malak went to his dressing table and carefully applied a base of concealer makeup to his face. scalp, and neck until his tattoos had disappeared. Then he donned the special set of clothing and other items he had meticulously prepared for this evening. When he finished, he checked himself in the mirror. Satisfied, he ran a soft palm across his smooth scalp and smiled. It is out there, he thought, and tonight one man will help me find it. As Malak entered his home, he prepared himself for the event that would soon shake the US Capitol building. He had gone to enormous lengths to arrange all the pieces for tonight, and now at last his final pawn had entered the game. Bum bum bum.